All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're talking about something that feels like it's pulled straight from a movie, but it is very, very real. We're talking about AI and the art of deception.
Now, just so you know, what we're about to get into is part 5 of a much bigger series on AI and cybersecurity. All this info comes from an incredibly detailed tutorial by Virtualization Options LLC. We're zeroing in on their chapter about social engineering, and, well, it's a wild ride. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever gotten an email that was just so spot on, so perfectly tailored to you, that even though a little alarm bell was going off in your head, you almost believed it? Yeah, if you felt that, you've already seen the first glimpse of this new world of deception. Because, look, we've turned a corner. This isn't about some hacker in a basement manually typing out a fake email anymore. We've shifted from those targeted, manual attacks to massive, automated campaigns that are running 24/7. The game has totally changed.
You know, the source material we're using really nails it with this quote. The key words here are automated and unprecedented scale. What used to take a whole team weeks to pull off can now be done by an AI in, what, a few hours? It's just a whole new level of speed and personalization.
Remember those old phishing emails? The ones with the horrible spelling, asking for your bank details? Kind of funny to think about now. But what we're up against today is a whole different animal. AI-powered phishing is personal. It's flawless. It knows your company's lingo. It adapts. It doesn't rely on luck. It relies on data.
Okay, so how does this magic trick actually work? What's inside this new AI-powered deception toolkit that makes it so darn effective? Let's break down how AI builds the perfect trap.
The really scary part, it's not any one of these things. It's how they all work together. The AI can write an email that mentions a project you're actually working on, using the exact tone your manager uses. Then, it watches to see who clicks, learns from its mistakes, and makes the next batch even better. And it can hit you on your email, your phone, and your social media all at once with the same believable story. That's what we're dealing with.
And if you think that's scary, hold on, because we're moving way beyond just text now. The real game changer, the thing that gets truly terrifying, is when AI starts using the voices and faces of people we actually know and trust.
Get a load of this. All an attacker needs is 3 to 5 seconds of someone's voice. That's it. From a podcast, a conference call, anything. With that tiny sample, an AI can create a vocal clone that is 96% similar to the real thing. Now imagine a frantic call from your boss's number, in your boss's voice. What would you do?
And here's the kicker. We're really, really bad at spotting these fakes. Less than half of us can actually tell the difference. Our brains are just not built to question something that sounds so real. We're wired to trust our own ears, and this technology exploits that trust perfectly.
And listen, this isn't some theoretical, futuristic threat. This is happening right now, and it's costing a fortune. In 2023 alone, these scams, enabled by deepfakes, siphoned an estimated $243 million from organizations. This stuff has a massive real-world price tag.
Beyond those immediate smash-and-grab attacks, AI is also being used to play the long game. They're creating what are called synthetic identities. Think of them as digital sleeper agents. The AI creates a totally fake person, photo, job history, social media presence, the whole shebang, and just lets them exist online for months, maybe even years, building connections and trust before they ever make their move.
Okay, that was a lot of doom and gloom. I get it. So the big question is, how do we possibly fight back against this? Well, the good news is we can. But it's not about finding one magic piece of software. It's about building a shield using both humans and machines.
You really have to think of it as a 50-50 split. We need powerful technical defenses, absolutely. But those tools are only as good as the people using them. You can have the most advanced digital fortress in the world, but if someone inside is tricked into opening the gate, none of it matters. So on the tech side, we're fighting AI with AI. We're using machine learning to catch those tiny little red flags in an email that a human would just scroll right past. We're designing networks with a zero-trust mindset, which basically means we assume the bad guys are already in and lock everything down. And we're using things like physical security keys because, hey, you can't phish a piece of hardware.
And for deepfakes, we have to create new habits. If you get a panicked call from your CFO asking for an immediate wire transfer, the new rule is simple. You hang up. Then you call them back on a number you know is theirs. It's about creating that moment of verification through a different channel. It's about building a healthy sense of skepticism.
Because here's what it all boils down to. All the firewalls, all the AI scanners in the world, they're only half the equation. The last line of defense, the most critical and adaptable part of the shield, is you. A smart, cautious, and well-informed person is still the best defense we have.
Which kind of leaves us with this one giant question to chew on, right? In a world where AI can perfectly imitate anyone, a voice, a face, a writing style, how do we redefine what it even means to trust something? What does trust look like when our own senses can be so easily fooled? That's the challenge we're all going to be facing.